I welcome you back to another mathematics segment at the Global Entertainment News. How was your holiday? I believe you all enjoy it. Okay. Now today, and before I continue, I believe you still remember my name. My name, I'm no less than Abimbola Temitope. So today we continue from where we stopped, and which is fraction. And if you could remember, we've worked thoroughly on fraction. We've talked about the what? The addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, and the rest under the term fraction. Today we'll be moving to another fundamental or the basic terms under fraction. You cannot talk about fraction without talking about the laws of BODMAS. The laws of BODMAS. And if you could remember vividly, you are going to see that the laws of BODMAS has been an ancient term even in mathematics since when you were in elementary class. So the laws of BODMAS, to simplify expression containing a combination of two or more expression or more operation. What are the operations I'm talking about? I'm talking about the plus, the addition, the subtraction, the multiplication, the division, the of a like, and the bracket. So when you have an operation, you have an expression containing two or more operations, the laws of BODMAS is what is being used. Now, when we talk about the laws of BODMAS, the word BODMAS has meaning. The B has meaning, the O has meaning, the D has meaning, the M has meaning, the A has meaning, and the S has meaning. What is the full meaning of the word B? B means bracket. B stands for bracket. Then O stands for of, D stands for division, M stands for multiplication, A stands for addition, and S stands for subtraction. So when you look at it, you are going to see that these are the basic operations we have in what? In mathematics. These are the basic operations we have in mathematics. If I give you something like this, if you are giving something like this, I say 5 times 3 minus 4 plus 8 times 2. If I ask you to solve this, some people cannot solve this. Some people cannot solve this. Why? Because we have more than what? We have more than two operations here. So how do we solve this? We have to follow the rules of what? The rules or the law of BODMAS. So what are we going to do first? We have to do the what? The multiplication terms first. How do we do this? First and foremost, if you look at this, bracket. Do we have bracket in this operation? No bracket here. Now, of. Do we have of in this operation? No of. Then division. Do we have division in this operation? No division. So look at the next one, multiplication. Do we have multiplication here? Yes, we have multiplication. So what are we going to do first? We are going to multiply what we have here. Those numbers, the operation that we have here, the expressions that we have here. And what are we going to do? We are going to say, these are the what? The two numbers. If you look at these two numbers, 5 and 3, you are going to see that multiplication sign is in between them. Looking at this one too, 8 times 2, multiplication sign is in between. So what are we going to do? You just say 5 times 3 is what? We have 15. We have 15. Then don't deal with this one, leave this one, minus 4, then plus, then this one, we have multiplication also. You deal with the multiplication first, then 8 times 2 is what? Is 16. So we've done that. We've done that one. Then the next step now is that we are going to move to the next operation. And what is the next operation in line? That is what? Addition. That is addition. Looking at this, we have addition here, which is otherwise called plus. So what are we going to do to this? Are we going to plus minus 4 plus 16? No. The addition first. You know, we say addition comes before what? Subtraction. What are the addition here? 15 is additive number. What I mean by additive number is that if I say 15, it's the same thing as positive 15. You can see it's the same thing. That means if I say minus 15, it's the same thing as minus 15. So that means that if you write every whole number, or if you write a whole number, is additive number. So if I write 1, 1 is plus 1. If I write 2, 2 is plus 2. If I write 3, 3 is what? Plus 3, etc. So every whole number are additive what? Numbers. Now looking at this now, you are going to see that this is plus 15 and plus what? 16. Leave this minus 4 there. So we are going to have what? 15, shift this one forward, plus 16. Then what else do we have? Then this one will come here, minus 4. So with this one now, 15 plus 16 is what? That is 31. Thank you. 31 minus 4. Then 31 minus 4, what will it give us? It gives us 27. It gives us 27. But if you do it other way around, you may not get this particular number, 27. So you have to follow the rules of what? Or the laws of BODMAS. When we have what? Two or more basic operations. Two or more basic operations. The basic operation should be considered in the what? In the orderly manner. So which is bracket of division, multiplication, addition, and then what? Subtraction. So with this one now, let's look at the following examples on the board. Let's look at the following examples on the board. Example number 1. The question says, simplify the following. We have one whole number, 1 all over 2, minus 3 all over 5, divided by 2 all over 3. Looking at this question, I told you for those people that are sitting for any SSC exams, what you are going to do is that you will write your question if you are working on theory. So you write your question, 1 whole number 1 all over 2, then minus 3 all over 5, divided by 2 all over 3. We're writing your question carries mark. Now, looking at this now, that means you don't just jump to what? To answer. If you jump to answer, definitely, maybe you copy somebody, or, you know, just want to use one kind of way. Now, looking at this question now, you are going to see that the basic operation we have here, we have subtraction, and we have what? Division. So let me ask you a question. Which one comes first between subtraction and division? Okay, division. Division comes first. You can see. Division is here and subtraction is here. That means that D comes before S. D comes before S. So what are we going to do now? Definitely, we are going to deal with the division form first. We deal with the what? The operation in the division form first, before the what? The subtraction. But before you do that, if you could remember, I told you vividly that you cannot solve operation in a mixed term. Looking at this one now, 1 whole number 1 all over 2. You cannot say 1 divided by 2. No, you can't do that. Because what we have here, we have 1 whole number 1 all over 2. So first and foremost, we are going to convert what? The mixed fraction or the mixed term to what? To improper fraction. If you can remember very well, this was our last topic. Now, we have to convert 1 whole number 1 all over 2 to what? To improper fraction, because no operation can be solved with this mixed fraction. Now, let's do this. How do you do this? You multiply your denominator by the what? By the whole number, and you add it to the what? To the numerator. 2 times 1 is what? Is 2. Then 2 plus 1 is what? Is 3. So we have 3 all over 2. Then minus 3 all over 5. Then divided by 2 all over 3. Now let's follow the operation now. I've asked you before, between minus and division, we are going to solve division first. Now let's solve this division first. So what are we going to do? We don't touch this 3 all over 2 and this minus that what? That follows. So let's solve this 2 first. We are not going to say 3 all over 2 minus, what do we have here? 3 all over 5. So how do we solve our division in fraction? You convert it to multiplication. Thank you. So we have to convert this division term into what? Multiplication term. So what do? We now say times, what is going to happen? The 3 will go to the numerator side, and the 2 will come to the what? The denominator side. Like this. If I have A all over B divided by C all over D, what do I do here? I will just say A all over B. The sign will change to what? Times, and the D will goes up, and the C will come down. It will now be what? D all over C. And that is the same thing we are going to do here now. So we have 3 all over 5. We have changed this division sign to multiplication sign. So this one will go up, this one will come down. It will now be 3 all over what? 3 all over 2. 3 all over 2. So what do we do next now? So what do we do next? We've done with what? Division. So what follows is what? M, which is what? Multiplication. So let's deal with the multiplication term. We now have what? 3 all over 2 minus, multiply these two together. 3 times 3 is what? 9. All over 5 times 2 is what? 10. You can see what we get. So in this one now, what do we have now? We have to find the what? Anytime you have two fractions or more than two operations, more than two expressions, and what you have there is minus or plus, what you just need to do is that what? You find the what? The LCM of the what? The denominators. You find the what? The LCM of the what? Of the denominators. And what is the LCM of the denominators? 10. Thank you. So what do we have now? We now have 10 as the LCM. You now say, how many 2 can we see in 10? That is 5. 5, then you multiply it, your result, by what you have at the numerator level. 2 in 10 is what? 5. 5 times 3 is what? 15. Minus 10 in 10 is what? 1. 1 times 9 is what? Is 9. So what do we have now? Again, I said 2 in 10 is 5. 5 times 3, 15. Minus 10 in 10 is what? 1. 1 times 9 is 9. 15 minus 9 is what? 6. So we have 6 all over what? All over 10. So what do we need to do now? We now what? We divide it to what? To the lowest term. So our result must be in lowest term until it cannot be what? Divided again. 2 here is what? 3. 2 here is what? 5. So my final answer here is 3 all over 5. Do you know the reason why we have 3 all over 5? Because the 3 can no more divide what? The 5. Now, let's quickly move to the second example. Let's do the second example. The second question. The second question is, we have 1 all over 2 minus 1 all over 3 divided by bracket open 1 all over 4 plus 5 all over 12. So what do we have here now? Looking at the operation, the basic operation we have here, who can tell me what we are going to do? You know, these are the operation we are following. BODMAS. BODMAS. Do we have bracket here? Yes, we have bracket there. So let's solve what is inside the bracket first before we come outside. Now, let's deal with what is inside the bracket first. So the question is 1 all over 2 minus 1 all over 3 divided by, now, look at the operation we have here. What is the operation we have here? Plus. Definitely what we are going to do is what? I told you that once you have plus or minus as operation, you find the what? The LCM of the denominators. So what is the LCM of these denominators? Everybody? 12. So this is 12. Bracket. 4 in 12 is what? 3. 3 times 1 is what? Is 3. Plus 12 in 12 is what? Is 1. 1 times 5 is what? Is 5. Is 5. So what do we do now? We open the bracket. How do we open the bracket? Say minus 1 all over 3 divided by 3 plus 5 is what? That is 8. 8 all over what? All over 12. So we are through with B, which is for bracket, and there is no off there. What is the next number? I mean, the next alphabet that follow is what? D. So let's deal with D now. Do we have D there? Yes. D stands for what? Division. So let's deal with D. Now, what we have now is 1 all over 2 minus 1 all over 3. If you could remember, I told you, I said, once you see division there, you turn it or you change it to what? To multiplication sign. You change it to multiplication sign, so it will now be times. So once you change it to multiplication sign, what is going to happen to the what? To the what? To the fraction that follows the sign. It will change. The denominator will goes up and the numerator will come down. It will now be what? 12 all over what? All over 8. So what are we going to do here now? What are we going to do? We can multiply this. We can say what? 1 all over 2 minus 1 times 12 is what? That is 12. All over 3 times 8 is what? 3 times 8 is what? That is 24. That is 24. Now, what are we going to do? We are going to find the words. Looking at this now, what we have here is what? Is minus as our basic operator. So, what do we do now? We now say what? What is the LCM of 2 and 24? Is it 24? Are you sure? 12. Okay, let's try to look at it. 2 and 24. 2 here is what? 1. 2 here is what? 12. 2, 1. 2 here is what? 6. So 2, 1. 2 here is what? 3. 3, 1. 3 here is 1. 2 times 2, 4. 4 times 2, 8. 8 times 3, 24. That means my LCM is 24. The LCM is 24. Now, what are we going to do now? We are not going to say, how many 2 can we see in this 24? 12. Yes, 12. 12 times 1 is what? 12. Minus 24 in 24 is what? 1. 1 times 12 is what? 1 times 12 is what? Oh, sorry. 2 in 24 is what? Is 12. Yes. 2 in 24 is what? Is 12. 12 times 1 is 12. 24 in 24 is what? 1. How many 24 can go in 24 is 1. 1 times 12 is also what? Is 12. Now, what do we have now? 12 minus 12 is what, everybody? 0. So we have 0 all over what? All over 24. Then 0 divided by 24 is what? 0 divided by 24. What is going to be my answer? Is what? Is 0. Now, I want you to know something. Look, listen. There is difference between 24 over 0 and 0 over 24. This one cannot happen. 24 divided by 0. This one is not equal to 0. It cannot work. But once we have 0 at the numerator level, it will still give us what? 0. So 0 divided by 24 is what? Is 0. So 0 is our what? Is our final answer for this second question. Now, the third question, now what is the third question? We have 2 whole number 1 all over 4 times 5 whole number 1 all over 3 all over 2 whole number 1 all over 3. So if you look at this question very well, if you are not careful, you can miss this question. So you have to be what? To be patient and think very well. So what are we going to do? Do you know the reason? Because we have denominator at the numerator part here. We also have a denominator at the denominator side here. So what do? First and foremost, I told you that once you have mixed fraction, you have to change it to what? To improper fraction. Now let's change it. 4 times 2 is what? 8. 8 plus 1 is what? Is 9. So what do we have here? 9 all over. What is the denominator? 4 times 3 times 5 is what? 15. 15 plus 1 is what? 16. All over what? All over 3. Then everything all over 3 times 2 is what? 6. Plus 1, 7 all over 3. So what do we have here? Meanwhile, we are having multiplication here. Definitely, we can deal with what we have at the numerator side here. Now, let's deal with it. 3 here, 1. 3 in 9 is what, everybody? We have 3. 4 here, 1. 4 in 16 is what? Is 4. So what do we have here now? We have 3 times 4 is what? Is 12. All over 1 times 1 is what? Is 1. If you could remember, I told you that all over is the same thing as division sign. Is the same thing as division sign. And what is this one now? All over. So we are going to change it to what? Divided by what? 7 all over what? All over. It's the same thing, no? When you see this division sign, this all over is the same thing as this particular operation. Do you understand? So then what do we do now? If you could remember, I told you that once you have this division, you change it to what? To times. Then how do we change it to times? You are going to say what? We have 12 all over 1. Oh yeah, it's going to change to what? Times. That is times. What is going to happen? The denominator will goes up and the numerator will come down. It will now be what? 3 all over what? All over 7. So what do we have here now? 12 times 7. 12 times 3 is what? That is 36 all over. 7 times 1 is what? Is 7. Now, let's divide this now. Let's divide this now. How many 7 can we see in 36? That is 5. Because 5 times 7 is 35. So what remains there is what? 1 all over 7. And that is the answer for the third part of the question. Answer for the third part of the question. Now we have what? We have 2 more questions. But with these 2 more questions, I'm going to solve one. Then the other one, you will solve it and you drop your answer at the comment section. Now let me solve the 4th question now. The 4th question, let me use this please. Let me first write the question. That is going to be D. We have bracket open 1 whole number 3 all over 5 plus 2 whole number 1 all over 3 divided by 8 whole number 3 all over 7. That is a question. Now, what are we going to do? Who can remind me? The first thing you are going to do is that what? You change all the mixed fraction to what? Improper fraction. Because we are not solve our what? Expression like this. So let's solve it. So what do we have now? We now say bracket open. 5 times 1 is what? 5. Plus 3 is what? We have 8 all over what? 8 all over 5. Then plus 3 times 2 is what? 6. 6 plus 1 is what? 7 all over 3. Bracket close. Divided by, we have 7 times 8. What is 7 times 8? 8 times 8 is 64. 7 times 8 is what? It's going to give us what? That is 50 what? 56. 56 plus 3 is what? That is 59. We have 59 all over 7. 59 all over what? All over 7. Now, what do we have here now? Now, following the operation BODMAS, do we have bracket here? Yes, we have bracket. So let's deal with what is inside the bracket first. So bracket first, we find the LCM of the denominators. So what is the LCM of the denominators? 5 and 3 is what? 15. How many 5 can we see in 15? 3, yes. 3 times 8 is what? 24. Plus 3 in 15 is what? 5. 5 times 7 is what? 35. Then divided by 59 over 7. So let's add this together. 24 plus 35. That is what? 59 all over 15. Then the bracket is open. divided by 59 over 7. So what do we need to do now? Looking at this operation, we have what is division. We have to change it to what? To multiplication. Now let's change it. We have 59 over 15. It will change to what? Times. And what is going to happen to this? They will swap. We are not going to have what? 7 over 59. So having done that, what is the next thing? We have something in common, an opposite term. 59 here 1, 59 here 1. So what is our final answer? 1 times 7 is what? 7 over 15 times 1 is what? 15. And that is our final what? Final answer. 7 all over 15 is our final answer. Once again, anytime you want to solve question with expression that has what? Operation, we have 2 or more operations. You understand me now? You use the law of what? Of BODMAS. You use the law of BODMAS. Use the law of BODMAS. So without following if you don't follow the laws of BODMAS, you will not get the correct what? The correct answer. Now, this last question, I want you to solve it for me. This last question, and whatever you get, your result, you leave your what? Your answer at the comment section. What is the question? One on number 5. One on number 5 all over 6 over 6 plus 1 all over 3 of bracket open 3 on number 1 all over 2 minus 2 on number 1 all over 4. And another thing I forget to what? To tell you is that anytime you see the word of, you change it to what? To times. Anytime you see the word of, you change it to what? To times. Take note of that key point, please. Anytime the word of is there, you change it to times. Okay. Me looking at this particular question, there are some what? There are some, shortcut that I can go through in order to get my answer here. Like this one, getting to this place, I can say 3 here 1, 3 in 12 is what? Is 4. 3 here 1, like this. 1 all over 2 minus 1 all over 3 times 12 all over 8. 3 here 1, 3 here is what? Is, I have what? I have 4. In which I can also say 1 all over 2 minus 4 here is 1, 4 here is 2, giving me what? 1 all over what? All over 2. So what will this one give us? Is going to give me is 0. Is going to give me is 0. So, okay. With this viewpoint of mine, I believe I have convinced you that mathematics is very what? Is simple. It depends on the what? Now depends on your understanding in the word mathematics. Now you must understand that for every fraction, for every expression of fraction that has what? 2 or more operations, you must use the law of what? Of BODMAS. So I will see you next time. Please enjoy your day. Thank you very much. I remain the same person. Bye-bye for now.